All right, it looks like we are getting the race underway here. So with greens, this is a pretty simple stage. You're mainly just going to be focusing on moving through the entire stage. There's not a lot of points where you need to stop. And you're mainly just wanting to do a lot of lag management along the way. You'll notice Speedman and Mimosa are both canceling on a lot of enemies, either through swallowing them or hitting them with stars from other enemies. That allows the game to lag significantly less. Usually the game will lag a pretty ridiculous amount if you try not to kill everything. And so you gotta make sure you're killing enough enemies on screen so you're not dropping frames, because that also means that you're gonna drop inputs, which is gonna cause a lot of issues if you're trying to be precise. So I know that Speedman is 100% probably going to be using the RNG manipulation in this run. I'm not 100% sure about Mimosa. We'll be able to see that pretty shortly here. But the way the RNG manip works is basically every time you see stars appear on screen, the seed, which is used to generate all the RNG values, changes. So the runners are able to get a specific seed by starting the game as soon as they boot it up, and then carry that seed based on a pattern that they know on the stars that they're using. So it looks like Speedman got their RNG manip through the stage and were able to get perfect RNG there. Mimosa looks like they're not doing the RNG manip or lost it, because they did not get great RNG there. They got quite a few wins from Wispy there. All right, Speedman heading into Castle Lololo, just ahead of Mimosa. You know, Speedman bonked on that ledge there. That actually causes the RNG seed to change because there's a number of stars that pop up. So it's possible that Speedman might have actually already lost the RNG seed. We will see that coming up here in this fight and in the next Lala fight. It looks like Speedman lost the RNG seed. I believe their seed is either on the top 2 or on the top 1 only. You want to get Lolo to come up on the top platforms because it's shorter. They don't have to take as much time running out. All right, Speedman is going for the curry strats. Looks like Mimosa is skipping the curry. Curry strats basically allow you to, if you have basically perfect movement, you can get this curry power-up all the way into the boss fight, and that allows you to get a quick kill if you get the correct cycle on the boss in the correct spawn points. So it looks like Speedman is going to get the quick kill. They got the perfect setup for that. I don't know if they were able to get their RNG seed back or if that was luck, but they definitely were able to take a bit of a lead there. Mimosa looks like they got at least one double hit there. All right, both moving into floaty islands. This first board here is considered one of the hardest in the run by most of the runners. Just a lot of really tight platforming, as well as a lot of different kinds of sprites on screen, whether they're cannonballs or different types of enemies, and their placements make them kind of difficult to get to, so doing lag management in this stage can be pretty tricky. These seeds in particular cause a lot of lag. Didn't really see any of it because Speedman did a really good job dealing with it. You'll notice a lot of different strats through that first room too. Like pretty much every runner uses a slight variation on a bunch of other people's strats because there isn't necessarily a fastest way per se in terms of real-time attack. If we were doing tasks, probably there is, but most people just tend to do things that they're comfortable with, canceling out certain enemies that they think are easy and quick to get to. Alright. Speedman and Mimosa both making good movement through that cave. Speedman and very good movement on the boat. You'll notice the runners are going to opt to avoid the curry. The curry lags the game quite a bit, especially on this boat. There's a ton of sprites with all of these different enemies as well as all the cannons. Alright, Speedman and Mimosa both have a lot of health going into the Kabula fight here. More than likely, they're going to play very up close. Yep, Speedman playing basically right at the edge of Kabula there. Trying to get as close as he can get. Textbook Kabula fight right there from Speedman. Basically as good as it gets. Mimosa doing the same strat, very up close. As long as you got a little bit of health to damage boost with, this hit really isn't a problem. You can damage boost through a lot of shots before getting hit if you have decent health, and you can't really get that many off if you do use that strat. So it's pretty easy to just damage boost through all of them. Alright, Speedman and Mimosa both in bubbly clouds now. Speedman has textbook movement in this. Oh no, I accidentally had a little bit of a mistake there. Their strategy is the fastest strat to go through that room, also the hardest, but they just didn't quite execute it exactly the way they wanted to there. Alright, Mimosa going into the laggy room as well, going for the same strat, getting the strat, being able to kill all 4 enemies. There's 2 of the, like, those boomerang guys in there, which cause quite a bit of lag, and then also there's a couple waddle dudes that just lemon beams, and the lemon beams cause a ton of lag. Speedman getting great movement through this board. Mimosa also doing very well so far. It's one of the hardest boards in the run, if you ask me. It's one of the only ones that has vertical and horizontal movement, as well as a lot of different kinds of enemies, including a number of different flying enemies that do a lot of damage, like the flying Gordo. Alright, so the Cracko Jr. fight, this is a scripted fight. So you'll notice they're using 2 different strats there. Speedman was doing a strat, we're standing in like a very specific pixel in order to not get hit, and then Mimosa is kind of mixing those together, doing that specific stand and the jump as well as going into the corner. Speedman getting the glitch there. Speedman was able to inhale the power-up at the same frame they went into the water, which puts Kirby Sprite into the background. Mimosa also got the glitch. Doesn't save any time, but it looks pretty cool. Honestly, it usually loses time, if anything, because it's really hard to see where you're going. Speedman making pretty good work at this curry room. This curry room can also lag quite a bit, but by pulsing your shots at the right rhythm, you can actually mitigate the lag. And it looks like both Mimosa and Speedman are using that strat. Mimosa actually may be holding it down. There was a little bit of lag there. Alright. Let's see if Speedman was able to hold their RNG manip. It looks like it so far. I believe their RNG manip gives them waddle doos every other attack. Yep, they were definitely able to hold the RNG manip. Hopefully Mimosa is able to get some nice RNG here from Cracko. Textbook fight there from Speedman. It's basically as good as it gets as far as we know right now. Unless someone's able to find a seed where you can get waddle doos like every other, or instead of, or faster than every other, then that's about as good as it's gonna get. Mimosa is not getting great RNG here with Cracko. It's like a little worse than average, I would say. You'll notice Speedman going into the Wispy refight first. That is in order for them to keep their RNG manip. Most runners will go into the Lala refight first because you're closer to that door than any other. But this works out better for the RNG manip to where it actually just saves more time than the like second and a half it takes to get up to the door. Speedman holding that manip, getting perfect cycles on Wispy. Mimosa is now headed in to the Lala refight. Both runners in King Dedede now. Or Mountain Dedede, excuse me. Mimosa getting good double hits there on Lala. Might be going for another one too. 2 double hits in a row for Mimosa. It's very good RNG. Speedman getting perfect movement through that room. That's a pretty hard, small room to get through. There's a lot of little mistakes you can make that will cost you a lot of time. Mimosa also getting very good movement through this room. Both of them getting a little swag jump. Alright. Speedman heading into the Cracko refight. We'll see if this RNG manip has held. I believe it has. Speedman and Mimosa both, again, doing pretty textbook Kabula fights. Just gotta stick up close, damage boost when you have to, and try to get as many shots in as possible. So far, it looks like Speedman has held their manip. They are getting waddle doos every other. I'd say it's safe to say that they held the manip. Mimosa going for a pretty swag strat there, damage boosting through the Gordo. Allowing them to go through the door during their iframes and not take damage from the Gordo. It's a very cool strat. Saves like 2 or 3 seconds. Alright, Speedman finally going into the Lola fight. I got a great fight from Cracko there with the RNG manip. Mimosa getting pretty good RNG so far. Just needs one more Waddle Doo to finish that up. Speedman getting the double hits there. Alright, Mimosa's done with Cracko 2 going into the Wispy fight. Honestly, Mimosa is really not that far behind. If Speedman makes any mistakes here, like messing up their RNG manip, then just taking damage, then Mimosa could totally have this. So I'm not sure if Speedman lost their manip or not. I don't know exactly what their current manip looks like in D2D. It's getting pretty good luck though. Going for the double hits. Looks like they did not get the double hit. Alright, Mimosa also into D2D now. Very close match. Really came down to the RNG that Mimosa got. It was not really any big mistakes from either runner. This is very solid. Alright, and Speedman is finished. Putting them one ahead. Mimosa's got a little bit farther to go here. Not getting great D2D RNG. Alright, just one more hit left here on D2D from Mimosa. Alright, and GG to both runners for game 1. It was a very tight match. Both runners did really well. Mimosa did not get great RNG, which I think was mainly the difference here. But as I said, it was still very close, and that just shows that if in the next game, if Speedman messes anything up, Mimosa totally has the chance to get in there and take the win. But it's pretty hard to compete against that RNG manip. But they still definitely have a chance. Alright, so race 1 was great, super tight, very excited to see what's going to happen here with race 2. Just give the runners here a moment to stretch their fingers out a little bit, take a sip of water, and we should be underway shortly. Don't forget, this is a best of 3 race, so we have at least 1, if not 2 more races coming up, so don't go anywhere. Alright, match 2 is underway. Again, going back to good old home of greens here. Again, mainly just doing some lag management. Speedman trying to keep that RNG minute. Alright. Looks like mmohasa got like maybe a quarter, half a second ahead of Speedman there. Alright, so with Poppy Bros, we really just want to see all bombs. You can also get a dance from Poppy Bros, which just loses a bunch of time. Luckily, neither runner's got the dance. Both runners getting great movement through this stage so far, taking very well timed, calculated damage boosts, and canceling out a lot of enemies. Alright, Speedman and mmohasa in the climb now on the way up to Wispy. Looks like Speedman has managed to grab a slight lead. See if Speedman held their manip. Apples off the bat, that's a good sign the manip worked. And straight apples for Speedman, so that was definitely a perfect manip. mmohasa getting a little bit of wind, looks like on both cycles, unfortunately. Definitely wastes a small amount of time. Looks like mmohasa's about 5 seconds behind Speedman right now. Speedman getting textbook movement through those rooms. That was very good. Able to cancel out and avoid certain enemies in order to get just the right amount of stars popping up in order to keep their seed going. Alright. Not sure if they kept the RNG seed or not. I didn't see any mistakes. Oh, it looks like they may have. It looks like they might have kept the seed. But I think that it's possible they might have just lost it by damaging off of that, off of Lolo. Not 100% sure if that was intentional. But we will find out. mmohasa getting very good movement through this stage. Definitely giving Speedman a run for his money. mmohasa is really showing off that you can totally be competitive in this game without RNG manip. So it looks like Speedman did lose the manip, but still managed to get the quick kill, which is pretty incredible. They took that curry kill in there, did not get the setup that's usually required for curry kill, and getting curry kill like that when they are one whole row spaced out is incredibly difficult. It's super, super precise, but they still managed to get it, so it didn't even matter that they lost the manip. Alright, both going to Floaty Islands now. Speedman has definitely solidified a bit of a lead after that. That curry kill quick kill even without the manip gained them quite a bit of a lead. Both runners getting pretty good movement through this room so far. Good leg management, good movement, not taking a lot of damage. Because again, with Floaty Islands, with Floaty Islands, you really want to make sure you have enough health when you get to the end to face off against Kabula and damage through a lot of hits, just in case. Oh, mmohasa dipping very low, almost hitting the spikes, and then almost hitting the Gordo. That was a little scary, but they're totally fine, didn't take any damage. Alright, Speedman heading into Kabula. They got 3 health, they should be fine. Usually 2 or less is when you want to be worried. But 3 health is usually is more than enough to get in there real close and get the kill. mmohasa's got 4 health, sitting in a slightly comfier position. A little bit behind, unfortunately. Yeah, Speedman's just getting in there and going for it. They got pretty lucky with their shots. I believe they only got like 1 or 2 spread shots. That was not bad at all. mmohasa getting in there. Getting the quick kill as well. I believe Speedman has about a 11 second lead right now. So it is still incredibly close. Both runners getting good movement outside here. I believe they both... Oh, no, it looks like Mimosa just missed it. Going through that jump between those 3 Starfies is super tight, but it is definitely the fastest strat there. It's definitely one of the hardest jumps in the run if you go for it, if you ask me. Alright, both runners getting perfect textbook movement through that super laggy room there. Speedman headed into the cloud room. Ooh, just managing to get that hop between those 2 enemies. Mimosa, ooh, almost taking damage there, but just barely avoiding it. This is one of those rooms where you really just need to be on your toes because there's so many enemies that move with RNG patterns. It can be pretty scary, especially when you're so used to every other enemy in the game being basically in the exact same spot. Alright, Speedman is done with Cracko Jr. Getting the glitch again. It's 1 extra swag point for Speedman. Alright, Mimosa going in. Tying up the swag points. Seeing both runners get the glitch 2 runs in a row is pretty wild, because reminder, that is a frame-perfect glitch. Speedman making their way through the courier room. Getting pretty good pulsing there in order to avoid lag. It looks like Mimosa is just using hold down A and run, which is an easy strat. It's easier to not mess up and fall through the holes. And it only loses like maybe half a second through that room. Second to a half a second, depending. Alright, let's see if Speedman held the manip. So far, it's looking like... Yep, so far it looks like they held the manip. They're getting the same patterns they had before, so they definitely got it. Mimosa not getting... Actually, they're getting pretty okay RNG now. Hopefully that keeps up. Yeah, there we go. Mimosa's getting good RNG from Cracko here. Yeah, Mimosa got almost perfect RNG there for a few hits, where they were getting Waddle Dees every other. Waddle Doos, excuse me. Alright, Speedman. Heading into the gauntlet of the run. Mount Dedede, going into that Wispy fight. Trying to keep that RNG seed. Textbook movement through that room. Looking pretty good there, moving into the Wispy fight. Had a little issue getting down the hole there, but that's alright, that happens. Mimosa got a good Cracko fight. I would say that was like pretty good RNG overall. Hard to compete with perfect RNG in an RNG minute, but they definitely did a good job. This is still anyone's game, folks. Alright, Speedman, done with Wispy, heading into the Kabula refight. Mimosa not getting great patterns so far with Lola. Oh, here we go. Here's a double hit pattern. Ooh, just barely getting that double hit and only managing to having to damage boost through 1 hit, which is really nice. Because, reminder, you don't get health refills after these refights, so you need to keep as much health as you can in order to not die in D2D. Because there's a number of times where you might want to damage boost to grab a star from D2D. Mimosa getting a little swag jump there. Good Kabula fight from Speedman, pretty textbook. Heading into Cracko 2. Mimosa heading up to Kabula. Should be a pretty textbook fight. Alright, Mimosa done with Kabula, but they are down to 2 health, which makes things a little risky. Speedman keeping that RNG manip. Mimosa, unfortunately, not able to go for the damage boost because they are too low on health. Alright, Speedman's just about done with that Cracko fight. That was basically perfect RNG, obviously, because RNG manip. Mimosa not getting the best RNG right now in Cracko 2, unfortunately. Speedman heading into the Lala refight. Looks like they have held the minute. Getting that first double hit. Now they're going to go for the second one. Alright, they got 2 double hits. Can we see 3 double hits? And that's 3 double hits, and they are done with Lala. That was a perfect fight. Speedman has obviously been practicing. Alright, Mimosa getting okay RNG there at the end, getting done with Cracko too. Speedman going for all the strats here, pulling out all the stops. I believe they got that double hit. Going for another double hit and getting it. Only 1 health left. It was amazing time from Speedman of a 10:54. That is, let's see. Not sure about official SRL time. I'll have to look that up in a moment. But that was only about less than 10 seconds off of their PB. I think that might be the first sub 11 in the race. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen all of the races, but I think that might be one of the first sub 11s, if not the first. All right, Mimosa heading into DDD now. Alright, Speedman's official SRL time was 10:57, which is a personal best for their races by 2 seconds. So it was an incredibly good time. So Speedman has apparently gotten at least one other sub 11 in the race. But it was a 10:59, so it's barely sub 11, just barely cutting it. But that 10:57 is pretty nice. All right, Mimosa also finishing with an official SRL time of 12:12. Again, very good race from both runners. It was super close. A lot of it really just came down to the RNG Mimosa was getting, and the fact that Speedman was able to carry that manip all the way through, which is very difficult. You really can't make a lot of mistakes during that RNG manip. If you bonk against something you're not supposed to, or hit an enemy you're not supposed to, or swallow an enemy you weren't supposed to, it messes up your entire seed pattern that you're working on. So unless you can manage to read the seed out of how many stars are being blown out of things as you do it, you're kind of lost. And a lot of people aren't gonna be able to do that, even if they can do the RNG manip. And a lot of the time, it's still not even accurate enough to get you back on the seed. So very good. All right, Thomas has confirmed that this is the second sub 11 in the race, and the other one was also by Speedman against his race against Thomas recently. All right, so great race. Let's take one moment here. I'm going to see if I can get some of either of the runners here in chat so they can do some commentary with me. Alright, excuse me guys, we're not getting the runners in here. We still got one more race left. What am I talking about? Sorry, kind of got caught up in my head looking at the times and everything. Getting excited about that sub 11. But yeah, we still got one more race, so don't go anywhere. We're gonna give the runners a minute or two here to get a sip of water, stretch, and then we'll get the next race underway. Also, I got my eyes on the chat, so if you guys have any questions or anything you want to throw out there, I'm watching you. I see you out there. And also, yeah, I agree. Well, it's like I'm new here or something. It's like I haven't done this before, but you know, it's been a minute. I've been busy with exams, so give me a break. It'll be fine. We got one more race. But yeah, should be an incredibly tight race. Both of these have been very good. I'm super excited to see what they're able to pull out of race 3, if Mimosa's able to take one from Speedman or not. So definitely don't go anywhere. It's gonna be great. Just let's give the runners a few minutes and we'll be back. All right, we are getting ready to get this last race underway. We should be going here in just a moment. Again, I'm very excited. It should be a very tight race. Mimosa and Speedman are both incredible Kirby's DreamLand runners. Both have very good times on the leaderboards. They both have done very well in their races so far. So definitely excited to see if Mimosa is gonna take a match here from Speedman. Pollen BM, I wouldn't be so sure about that, man. Mimosa's got some pretty good tech. They have at least one or two strats over Speedman in terms of their damage boost that they've been doing. And also, if Speedman loses the manip, like, it totally just comes down to execution. All right, we're starting off match 3 here. We are getting underway. All right, Green's looking good from both runners. Both getting out of there with a 21, it looked like, which is a very good time for that first section of Greens. Alright, let's see if either runners are going to get a dance from Poppy here. Neither runner gets a dance, they're both moving on. I don't know, Thomas. I wouldn't be so sure, man. Mimosa's a really good runner, and if Speedman loses Manip, like, it totally just comes down to execution, and it's, like, we've seen Speedman lose Manip in the tournament. Like, that's not impossible. It's very easy to lose the Manip, so I wouldn't be so sure that you know who's gonna win. Could be either runner. They're both really good at this game. Alright, Mimosa and Speedman getting into a Wispy fight about the same time. Mimosa just sneaking into that door, too, not taking damage. That was very, very tight. Alright, Mimosa getting good RNG here from Wispy. Getting one win cycle, that's not too bad. Put Speedman ahead by, like, 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds. Yeah, looks like about 2 or 3 seconds. Alright, going into Castle Lolo here. And also, everybody, don't forget, we're doing this for fun. It's not necessarily about who wins and loses. It's about having fun with the community, playing Kirby, getting to do races with other people that are of similar or more advanced skill level, which is always fun. And mainly just getting to see some awesome Kirby execution all the time. Like, getting able to see this many really good Kirby matches is super fun. Looks like Speedman has held their Manip. Getting 1 on the bottom and 2 on the top there. Mimosa getting out of there pretty quickly as well, getting decent RNG. Speedman going for the curry kill. Speedman getting good execution. Looks like they're going to be carrying that curry as long as they don't mess up this room here. Alright, Mimosa going for the double hit. Oh, just barely missing that double hit, unfortunately. Going for another one. Alright, they got the second double hit. Speedman got that curry kill, putting them comfortably in the lead. But honestly, Mimosa is keeping up pretty good. Oh no, Mimosa missed the star and didn't... Oh no, they missed the star and didn't notice for a second. Oh, that was brutal. It happens. It happens. Especially when you're so used to just falling right onto it and getting a break for a second. Alright, Speedman getting good movement here through this first room. Getting a little bit of lag. I think they might have forgot to cancel something. Mimosa getting very good movement through here as well. Speedman and Mimosa both getting really good movement through that first section of Floaty Islands. Speedman getting good execution through the cave as well. Mimosa and Speedman have pretty textbook execution in a lot of these rooms. Mimosa just loves to go really close to those spikes, and it scares me every single time, and I'm pretty sure he's doing it on purpose, but it kills me. Alright, Speedman going into Kabula, getting good movement on the boat. Mimosa also getting good movement on the boat, going for that little swag under the enemy there. It is faster, but it also looks really cool. It's the best kind of swag strat, one that's actually faster. Alright, Speedman going in for another textbook Kabula fight, getting real up close, firing off lots of shots, just trying to get this fight over with as fast as possible, boosting through shots if you have to. And if you time everything right, you pretty much just line up exactly where the star is, which is pretty nice. You gotta back up like a little bit, but it's pretty on point. Alright, Mimosa and Speedman, both getting great Kabula fights. Both heading into bubbly clouds now. Speedman getting the Starfy jump between those three. Again, super tight jump. One of the hardest in the run, if you ask me. It's one that I have always struggled with. Mimosa also getting the Starfy jump. Very good. Alright, Speedman getting their tech through this room. avoiding all of the lag that usually is ridiculous in that room. Mimosa also getting the strat. Oh no! I said it too early. I jinxed him. Just barely missed it. Alright, Speedman getting good movement through the cloud room. Speedman, gotta go for those swag strats, standing on that 1 pixel. I believe that is a pixel perfect position. Could be 2 or 3, but I believe it is 1 pixel. If you jump, you don't have to be on the pixel, but it also looks really cool. Kind of adds a little bit of flair depending on how you want to do your run, which is kind of nice. Speedman getting the glitch again. It's fun little glitch in this game. I definitely enjoy it. I always go for it when I do runs. The setup for it is super easy and wastes no time, so it's a fun little thing to go for as long as you know where you're going slightly blind. Speedman making good work through the Curry room there, heading up the climb here to Cracko. Speedman getting their RNG manip. They have managed to hold it down for all 3 runs, which is very impressive. Super easy to lose the manip in a run, and it looks like they've been able to hold it down for almost the entire run for 3 matches, which is pretty impressive. Alright, Speedman making quick work of Cracko there. Mimosa also getting really good Cracko RNG here. So they are keeping up pretty good here. Yeah, they're only like, I want to say like, let's see. Yeah, I believe they're about 10 seconds behind, which means that they definitely still have a chance to catch up if Speedman makes a mistake. Speedman manages to carry the RNG manip all the way through. It'll be pretty hard for Mimosa to gain a lead here, but I wouldn't say impossible, and it's definitely not impossible that Speedman makes a mistake. So Speedman not getting, I don't believe they got the correct cycle they were looking for there, so I'm not sure if they messed up the RNG manip or what happened there, but it's definitely going to help Mimosa catch up a little bit. Mimosa heading into the Kabula refight as Speedman goes into Cracko 2. Alright, Mimosa making good work of that Kabula fight. Not taking a lot of damage, which is good. They also, looks like Speedman here managed to keep their RNG manip through the Cracko fight. Mimosa going for the damage boost into Cracko. Mimosa not getting great Cracko RNG here. Speedman making good movement through the first platforming section of the Kabula refight here. Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties there, guys. Looks like we're all back up now, though, so it looks like everything's okay. mmohasa finally finishing that Cracko fight. That was kind of brutal. They did not get very good RNG there. Looks like Speedman may have lost their RNG minute. They usually don't get any win from Wispy. Or I'm sorry, they didn't re-lose it. They weren't able to gain it back, unfortunately. So it looks like they're definitely pretty close right now. This could come down to DDD RNG. Both going into DDD. So far, they are tied up right now. Speedman and mmohasa are basically in the exact same spot. Looks like Speedman did not get the double hit there. Speedman is looks like 2 hits ahead. Speedman getting very good RNG here from DDD. I'm not sure if they were able to pick up their seed or what happened, but they have incredible RNG right now, near perfect. All right, and that's it for Speedman. Another sub 12. mmohasa is not getting good RNG from DDD here. All right. GG to Speedman and mmohasa. Very good races all around. It was super tight races, especially that last one. Looks like we had Speedman finishing with an official SRL time of 11:43, and mmohasa with an official SRL time of 12:06. So very good times overall. Both had very good execution throughout. mmohasa was able to go for the damage boost again. It was definitely a good run overall. Mainly just that DDD RNG and that Cracko RNG was not super great. But Speedman losing the manip at the end was definitely tied things up quite a bit there. So that was super exciting. Now just give us a moment. We'll try to get the runners in here to do some commentary. Hey, mmohasa, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Speedman, how's it going as well? GG to both of you.
I'm not too bad, thank you.
So, Speedman, did you end up losing the RNG manip in that last race towards the end there? Is that what happened?
Yeah, right at the first Cracko fight, I inhaled too long. I guess I just spaced out for a minute, and so I had to do the rest of the race with hope and a prayer.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought might have happened. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I don't know if you guys noticed at all, but you guys went into DDD at like almost the same times. Like Speedman went in slightly before, but you didn't get any hits in before mmohasa got in, so it was like totally tied up there for like the first half of that last fight until mmohasa just totally got trashed by DDD RNG.
Yeah, I don't think I got any good Cracko or DD RNG this game though. It was not a good races for me.
Your execution was really good, but the RNG definitely did not do you any favors today.
Yeah, but I guess that's what you get when you are a vanilla runner. I don't know any manips or anything, so I mean, I get what I get, and this is the penalty for it.
I've got to say though, I've been really impressed with your times without manip. I hope you stick with the game past this tourney.
Thanks, probably not. I'm so done with this game though.
That's super fair. There's been a lot of races, so I totally understand being kind of tired out after this, where it's like, oh man, I've been practicing, I've been doing all these races, and it's like, oh man, I just kind of want to take a break.
Yeah, I mean, I've done over 600 runs since the tournament started, and I'm just like, I can't do anymore.
Yeah, that's understandable, and like learning them in NIP is really cool, but it's kind of a bit of a barrier to entry, because it's like, all right, I gotta like basically relearn this whole run, and so like going in and learning that is like kind of a bit of an undertaking, especially if you've already been racing this game for like months now.
Well, I also purposely have decided not to do any manip. I want to do it. I want to get as good as the time I can without any manip, curry, or double hits, and if Kirby is pretty decent, but I guess this is where it ends.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've gotten a pretty impressive time with not going for any of those more advanced strats, which is very admirable, especially just like a lot of just like your pure execution, a lot of like the little things that just like save a little bit of time all over the run are super interesting to see, especially in a run where we have we have you who's not doing the manip, and then we have Speedman who is doing the manip, and you can just kind of see the small variances in like the different strategies used and stuff. So it's definitely impressive the time you've been able to get without it.
Wait, what was your last time, Speedman? 11:43?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! I actually had a chance.
Yeah, and I also swallowed one of the stars from DDD, so I had to take an extra cycle.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, I missed that.
I'm just kidding though. You are definitely the better runner of the two of us.
I don't know about that. I think if manip wasn't a thing, then I think you probably would have beat me. I think probably your execution is maybe a bit better. I mean, to get those types of times without manip, you have to be a pretty good runner. So, like I was saying earlier, I'm really impressed, like, having watched what you've accomplished over the course of the tournament.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I don't really have much more to say about this race than DDD Cracko. It's not called Cracko Crushing Tournament for nothing, and yeah, GG Speedman.
Thank
Did
you.
one hell of a job
as well. Thank you.
Yeah, great runs to both of you. GG's, and look forward to the next races coming up for you.
Yeah, gotta beat Thomas now to get my rematch.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta hope for something, I guess.
All right. Well, is there any final comments or plugs or anything you guys want to say before we close?
I don't really have anything. GG's, and yeah, thanks for watching. Whoever wanted to watch.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else other than thank you to everybody who's helping out with this and making this a thing.
All right. Well, thank you guys both for jumping on to do some little after stream commentary. I appreciate it. All right, and with that, I think that just about closes up the race for today. Thanks to everyone for joining us for another Kirby's DreamLand Cracko Crushing Tournament race against Speedman mmohasa. They were both in the winner's bracket, so mmohasa still has one more race. They're going to be going against Thomas in the next race, and let me check who Speedman is going up against next. I don't know if we have that yet. All right, so it looks like Speedman will be all right. Yeah, so with the way that the tournament is scheduled right now, we have Thomas IM99 versus mmohasa is going to be the next race, and that is going to be the last round in the losers bracket. And then whoever wins that round will be going up to face Speedman. So definitely stick around. We have some pretty wild races coming up. I'm sure that these last final races will be very intense. But as of right now, I don't believe anything is scheduled since we just found out the lineups. So stay tuned for that information. But I guess I'll just say I just want to say some thanks. So thanks to the great Todd Man for putting this all together. He was supposed to be on commentary with me tonight, but unfortunately he had some family stuff and wasn't able to make it. So hopefully we'll see him on for one of these next couple races. Great commentator, great runner, and great guy. He got this whole thing together, brought all of us together to do all this. So thanks so much to him. And then thanks so much to Speed Gaming for hosting this and helping out with all of the technical stuff. If you like Speed Gaming, if you want to get involved, you can volunteer on one of the panels below the stream. Also sub or give bits or whatever, because it's mainly just a big group of volunteers working on Speed Gaming. So thanks so much to all of you guys. Thanks to Cyclone and Mr. Broadstone for helping us out today, getting everything set up. And then I guess just if you want to see the runners do some Kirby stuff or other runs or whatever, give them a follow. If you want to watch weird Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown for the GameCube speed runs, you can check out my channel. I don't stream all the time, but I'm on there occasionally. And then I host stuff like this when I'm doing events. So feel free to check that out. But yeah, just thanks so much to everybody who is helping with the event. Thanks so much to all of you for hanging around and listening and watching the event. And thanks for having me. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.